This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Prime.
Hello and welcome to Startup Wednesday. Now, India is in the middle of cash cleanup announced by the government early last month. And as a result of the government's push to go digital, mobile wallets are emerging as big winners. According to RBI, as many as 1 million people every day have been joining mobile wallets. And to meet the surge in demand, two of India's biggest mobile wallets, Paytm and MobiKwik, have gone into a hiring spree. The story up next. Mohammad Aslam, owner of a small fruits and vegetable shop in Noida, owns a smartphone but doesn't know much about using it for digital payments.
असलम जी, आप हमें ये बताइए कि अभी आप कैसे पैसे ले रहे हैं? जो भी आप सब्जी और फल बेचते हैं उसके लिए आप पैसे कैसे ले रहे हैं?
हम तो सब्जी पे अभी देते, जो हमारे पुराने कस्टमर हैं उन्हें वो सब्जी उधारी दे देते हैं, जो आप कल पैसे आएगा तो आप दे देना। और समस्या यही है, जब मंडी जाते हैं तो मंडी के लिए जो उन्हें से पैसा नहीं होते हैं तो फिर बाद में वो देते, फिर उनको जाकर पहुंचाते, यही समस्या चल रही है।
अच्छा, तो पैसा कम है, किसी के पास कैश है नहीं, इसकी वजह से समस्या बहुत हो रही है?
बहुत समस्या हो रही है, इससे बहुत काम बिल्कुल नहीं है।
अच्छा, तो एक चीज़ होती है जिसे ये मोबाइल वॉलेट बोलते हैं, जैसे पेटीएम हो गया, मोबिक्विक हो गया, आप जानते हैं इसके बारे में?
हाँ, इनके बारे में जानते हैं।
अच्छा, इस्तेमाल करना आता है, कैसे इस्तेमाल होते हैं ये पता है आपको?
नहीं, ये तो अभी सीखना पड़ेगा।
And after the note ban, people like him are now the big markets for e-wallets. While it was relatively easier to bring urban India's internet users to transact digitally, for wallets to continue to grow, people like Aslam are key. By 2020, the number of internet users in India is estimated to grow from current 34 crore to 60 crore, and that of smartphone users from 24 to 52 crore. According to RBI, 1 million users are being added to wallets every day since the ban, and digital wallets are having to hire rapidly to meet the surging demand.
Metros have seen almost 3x of the numbers that we used to see on a daily basis before the demonetization. Non-metros has seen even a higher growth of around 5x, and still that growth is also increasing every day. So we have hired already around 5,000 people, and we are targeting 10,000 in the next 2 to 3 months kind of a time frame. And these are like across every nook and corner of the country. And their job is basically to go ahead, explain to the merchants that this is the product, this is how you are going to use it, sign them up, ensure that their documentation and everything is complete, and then go ahead and educate them on a repeated basis for the first, say, couple of weeks to ensure that they know how to use it, and if they are facing any challenges, it gets solved.
The battle between mobile wallets to get the maximum number of small merchants, shopkeepers and vendors on board is now being fought on streets by an army of thousands of these foot soldiers or field agents. 28-year-old Deepak, an MBA from Kurukshetra University in Haryana, is one such foot soldier. Hired in November, he says quitting his previous job to join an e-wallet was an easy decision, given the growth opportunity. Not surprising then that two of India's biggest mobile wallets, Paytm and MobiKwik, have hired 10,000 field agents each already.
मैं एक दिन में 20 to 25 तक जाता हूँ एक दिन में मर्चेंट के पास, और उनमें से सर 15 के अराउंड मैं करवा देता हूँ सर।
With cashless transactions becoming a daily necessity, at least for the urban population, Deepak and his colleagues say half their job is done. Instead of convincing people to transact digitally, they're now just required to teach them how. With camera person Gauri Prasad, Abhishek Singh for NDTV. Not to be left behind, Freecharge, which claimed an increase of 900% in volume of transactions on its platform, is also hiring engineers and merchant acquisition executives. My colleague Maya Sharma spoke with the CEO, Mr. Govind Rajan.
Demonetisation, a huge move that has really kind of turned in towards a move towards a cashless India. Now, this has been good news for companies that help make digital payments. We're here at the Freecharge headquarters. Govind Rajan, CEO, joins us. Your thoughts on this whole huge announcement of demonetisation, which happened a month ago?
I think it's a fabulous move. It's a big change in our economy. You know, black money is one thing, but you know, cash has always been king in India. Yeah, And despite the fact that, cashless transactions have always been more secure, cashless transactions have always been better for consumers from the perspective of, they have a trail, you have a receipt with you all the time, and all the other positives that a cashless transaction has, it has always been a big struggle to overcome the inertia of consumers moving from the habit of using cash to the habit of using a digital payment.
It's really been great news for e-wallets, especially companies like yours as well. How are you coping with the increase in your business? Are you hiring? Are you expanding? It must have been a huge increase in business.
No, of course. We are hiring and we are expanding. Especially we're hiring and expanding our teams to onboard and help more and more merchants to come online. Okay. That is real big demand. And we really weren't, having a large team that actually helped merchants come online. But we've now expanded our team quickly. We've got engineers from wherever we could, and we're also hiring our merchant acquisition team to get more people to go meet merchants, explain the benefits, and get them on. What we're also now doing is making sure that the customer experience is super smooth when this kind of volume increase happens for any kind of transaction. Is actually our prime focus. When you came into the office, you would have seen a bunch of 30 people sitting there on the right as you see in office. I don't think they've gone home for more than 3 or 4 days in this last 1 month.
Of course, you're not a neutral player. This has been very, very good news for you. But you're talking to vendors, you're saying, convincing them of the ease of the system. Are you also reaching out to consumers in terms of encouraging them to make this? You're making the process simpler, but are you also reaching out to consumers as a whole to say,
yeah,
good?
Of course. This is a point in time when people want to know what options are there. Cash is not the preferred option. So of course this is a great time for us to explain to consumers how to use a digital wallet, and we're doing that through all means: social media, traditional media, on NDTV and outside.
Right now, what are the charges that consumers have to pay if they're paying through free charge? Whether it's for transactions, whether it's for signing up, whether it's for joining, what are the charges right
None.
now?
It's simple. There are no charges for a consumer. The consumer just needs to go to the Play Store or iOS store, download the app. When you download the app, when you download free charge, you have to give me your telephone number and you have to give me an email ID. We confirm your telephone number. The minute we confirm your telephone number, you can just start using it. And using it is so simple. Let me just show you a simple transaction. Yeah, this is the free charge app. I don't know if you can look at that. So the free charge app, and these are all the transactions that you can do. And there are some transactions I've done in the past. So all that you need, one click, and you're done.
That's it.
That's it. It's as simple. And it's so simple. In 3 clicks, within 10 seconds, the transaction is done.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, this transaction is obviously much faster than you can ever do a transaction with cash. Yeah. And it's the same thing about sending money as well. Suppose I had to send money, and let's say I had to send money to, one of my friends or a merchant, whoever the merchant is. Just clicked on it, and then it's gone.
It's gone. Okay.
It's gone to him. So a digital transaction is always much faster than a cash transaction. It's always more secure, and now consumers are discovering it in droves.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Well, the CEO of Free Charge there, Govind Rajan. It's a boom time certainly for e-wallets, and with the subsidy also being announced by the government encouraging even more people to pay digitally, things are only getting better. With Govind Murthy, Maya Sharma in Bengaluru for NDTV.
On the flip side, a lot of startups ranging from food tech, health tech to IT refurbishing startups are claiming a decline of as much as 80% in volume of transactions on their platforms. My colleague Ria has the story.
As India struggles for cash, startups are feeling the pinch in many ways. E-commerce, for starters, has seen a 30 to 40% reduction in cash-on-delivery orders, and these cash transactions account for 60% of total orders. But e-commerce isn't the only space affected. Take, for instance, the healthcare startup 1mg that allows customers to order medication online through a prescription and then gets your local chemist to deliver it to you.
Some of them are seeing short-term pain because they sell to a lot of other entities as well, which were used to dealing in cash. However, at least they have the systems and processes to manage it. So with respect to business, short-term, we did see some turbulence.
But it's not just those dealing with cash-based operations who are feeling the pinch. 4-year-old startup Reboot that refurbishes used IT goods to sell them at low costs in rural areas says its sales are down drastically in the last few weeks since the note ban announcement. Customers, they say, are tightening their purse strings and their IT products are not a priority.
You know, short term, very clearly, the daily sales from a retail perspective have been impacted. There's no question about it. So I'd say 80% dip. Saying that, I think business will pick up post December 30th. You know, once people get out of their fright and get out of their beds and say, listen, life is as normal as it used to be.
Not spared is the social entrepreneurship sector, where most of the work is outside urban areas, which tend to be almost entirely cash dependent.
The moment you are in problem, the religious institution will have more money.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, and the social institution will have less money. Many areas, people who are dependent on the smaller amount which is generated from the say village itself or the small town itself, it is a big impact for sure, because you know that's where we don't have the check or all kind of card kind of economy.
Right.
It's simple. So obviously the effect is there.
A citizens' engagement platform, Local Circles, surveyed 30,000 startups in India about the impact of demonetization and found that 34% or one-third saw a decrease in their customer transaction flow. While some startups have welcomed this move, viewing it as a step towards a cashless economy, others are feeling the pinch in both day-to-day operations as well as customer transactions on their platforms. In New Delhi with camera person Ashwini, Riya Almeida, NDTV.
No surprises there. With little cash left in the system, customers are being extremely careful about their transactions. With that, we'll slip into a quick break, but don't go anywhere as there's a lot more coming up on the other side.